we showed you a clip of U.S. Congressman Jamal Bowman lighting up President Joe Biden for not doing anything on the issues of reparations for Black Americans. Now, I'm not going to create any excuses for Biden's or Harris's, for that matters, inactions on this issue, because they both should act, period. They should act because Biden specifically promised Black America an aggressive policy plan that would advance our economic and social positioning in this country, in our country. And he made that very promise on his first day on the job, during his inauguration speech. So yes, Congressman Bowman was right to hold the president accountable. And also, we know that this type of comprehensive legislative action does not happen purely through the executive branch of government. And it absolutely does not happen by starting at the federal level. So much like the ending of chattel slavery in America, and much like the establishing of the woman's right to vote in America, I confidently predict that the reparations that we seek and that we have earned as Black Americans will be best realized through a strategy that starts at state and local levels. And that's actually happening right now. So yes, as states like Illinois, California, Michigan, Minnesota, Massachusetts, Missouri, North Carolina, and now Georgia, each have cities and other municipalities that are doing the work. They are creating task forces. They are building out local legislation and actual plans to execute what Black American reparations look like. So we are actually realizing and creating the political momentum that will be necessary for Joe Biden or any worthwhile presidential administration to pick up and carry out the work of national restitutions for the unspeakable horrors experienced by Black since our very arrival on this land in 1619. So right now, according to a 2021 Pew Research Center survey, only about 18% of white Americans favor reparations for us. 18%. And that number does go up when Hispanics weigh in. They support reparations for Blacks at 39%. Asians, they support at 33%. But the only group of people that support Black American reparations at a rate of over 50% today is us, Black Americans. We support reparations at a whopping 77%. I say that to say this. The political courage required for this is not there because it has to be there in the polling, okay? So a lot of us have got to do this work. The segments of America that agree with us have to join us and make the U.S. required to do right by us financially and also morally. So what does this look like? Well, it's like I say, it's a few different moving parts at once. Federal leaders like Congressman Jamal Bowman should stay on Biden and the Democrats' necks about prioritizing reparations. Continue that work. But also, the Congressional Black Caucus, as historically large as they are, should call every single month for a vote on Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee's reparations bill. It's known as H.R. 40. And when she leaves office, which will be soon, because the Congresswoman is not running for re-election, instead she's in a runoff to be the first black woman mayor, of Houston, Texas, another high-profile CBC member should have a reparations bill on the ready to submit it to their chamber for a vote, and so on and so on and so on. And that should happen every single month until it passes. And then also at the same time, locally, every city with a significant Black populace should make Black reparations a top 3 issue for their city council and for their state houses. So when all of that is being done at one time, massively and multifaceted, that is the kind of approach that will be required for us to see the results we saw with emancipation in 1865 and with women's suffrage in 1920. And surely, Black Americans, as the architects of our own freedom, let's be clear, we did that 158 years ago. I'm sure that we can go a little further for a little longer to make sure that we all truly get free. That is today's Sidebar. I want to thank you so much for joining us. For more news and politics and entertainment, check out thegrio.com.